Thank you for listening to Right Jokes, Wrong Times. Today I was joined by Anthony Chavarria. You can catch him at Sex and the Silly every month, The Blind Tiger, when shows resume, and Cats in the Cut with Ryder Ashton starting on August 19th. We started the podcast talking about how Ryder was in the room next to him.
To be 100% honest with you, Ryder Ashton is laying in a bed right next to me.
Oh, Jesus.
Fully clothed. Say hi, Ryder.
Hi, Potter.
Oh. Hey, how's it going?
That is Ryder Ashton.
I don't mean to say, I was picturing every time I've done one of these, Ryder is actually just in the room. Like he's been in every room of every comedian that I've interviewed so far.
What the fuck, Ryder?
I get around.
I'm excited to do this with you today because actually I've realized through Adrian telling me, and I also realized through editing, that this is the part where I suck every comedian's dick. So sorry, man. I guess just unzip your pants.
No, dude, I'm fucking chubbing up as we speak, so fucking fluff away.
What I like about you and your comedy, man, like I think about you at the KO comedy show, right? Is a perfect example of somebody who's fearless on stage. And that is the extreme example. That's the steroidal example. But even outside of fighting the people that you're telling jokes about, I'm excited to see what jokes you have that you think work on stage and don't work and all that. So with that being in mind, what joke of yours do you have that works on stage that you want to talk about?
Oh, dog. Oh, yeah. So I wrote this down. In fact, Ryder brought this to my attention because that's kind of like, one of those things where it's like, hey, what joke do I think works? But it's like, I think it works, but then you're going to be like, oh, you think that works?
Which I love.
I have like no ego. I really do not. One that I do like to use a lot, honestly. And I haven't done it since, in March maybe, but God's plan. It's like my sister had a baby at 15, It's like, well, I guess that's just God's plan for me. And it's like, well, is it, Emma? That's probably like the most honest joke I have.
So that sounds like it's a crazy personal joke. Do you write crazy personal jokes at all, or is that something that you usually don't write about?
Oh, bro, dude. Like, honestly, man, I don't like people to know anything about my life. Like, I don't have the best fucking life, man, so I don't want people to know too much about it. And plus, like, someone always said, don't pull back the curtain.
Okay, you can't just say someone, though. Okay. Someone said.
No, well, like, okay, so, like, I was talking to Alex Ansel one time.
Okay.
So, like, I used to do a joke about talking about, like, my day job, and he goes, hey, motherfucker, don't let them know you have a job. Like, let them think this is what you do. Like, don't pull back the curtain just yet.
Huh.
And that kind of stuck in my head, kind of like, let's not show them everything. People want to be free from concern, so let's just make them laugh. Let's not worry about having a message or, like, telling me, oh, I'm from the streets. Something dumb.
Yeah.
That fucking God joke is, like, the perfect example for me of, like, fuck, I broke my own rule, Have
you ever had any, like, family or anybody that you would feel, like, really awkward doing that joke in front of there when you've done it?
So, like, a large chunk of my set is about my sister having kids real young.
Right.
I've done that set in front of her.
At her birthday party or what?
Me, Aaron Long, Tuttle, Willie O'Gean, and Aaron, two other comics. We did a show back in my hometown, sold out the fucking room. And then, like, I did that joke, not knowing my family would show up in the back of the room. It was like a 21 and up venue.
Damn.
And there's like a 10-year-old niece and like a 5-year-old, it's just like, holy shit.
Were you looking at them while you were doing the joke?
No, dude, I was looking at my sister's hot friends in the front row. To be honest with you.
I like that answer.
Dude, honestly, I was just trolling for tail that night, man. That gig was just tailing money, dude.
I'm so far from that life. It's unreal.
Nah, dude, I'm jealous of what you have because it's like, you're fucking stable. You're a man. Like, you're supporting your family. I'm fucking, just jerking off.
All right. This is actually the part of the podcast right now that I'm most excited for with you. I'm excited to hear about a joke of yours that didn't work on stage.
Everything ever.
I relate. You stole my bad joke?
I would only steal Clifton Simmons jokes. Nah, dude, it's weird because, like, whenever you write a joke and it doesn't work, do you do the whole, is it the joke or is it my cadence?
Right.
I'm so convinced what I thought it was funny that I'm like, oh shit, it's just got to be my cadence. My arms aren't fucking flailing it,
Right.
And then sure enough, like, I'm almost like, oh, this joke, it's just not funny. And like, why, but you just don't want to be honest with yourself.
Yeah, I go through like denial where I'll be like, oh yeah, it's the way I'm saying it, or like I'm doing this. I'm stupid and I think that most of what I write works and it's the opposite way.
Yeah, you're almost like, no, this joke will work, but in a non-black crowd.
Jesus.
I have to be at a Sonic Drive-In at 4 p.m.
I'll be honest, I need a lot of crew cuts in this audience to kill.
Dude, fuck. Before I tell you my joke that doesn't work, what's yours?
Oh, shit. All right. That's a great question. The one that I'm thinking of, I can't do because I'm doing it. I know I'm going to do it on episode 20. So give me a second to think of number 2. I think a lot more along the lines of a one-liner. So It sounds like internet jokes. So sorry, it's kind of the way I think.
You're a dad, that's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And like, I find that shit funny, which is terrible. I have a terrible sense of humor.
We'll knock you out of it. Don't worry.
All right. It's about cookies. I remember that. It's about black and white cookies, actually. I bought Paula Deen's cookbook and I should have known that she was racist because when I made a black and white cookie, it called for 1 part white to 3/5 black. Right.
That's funny.
And that's a history joke.
No, yeah, that's fucking good. But like some people are just too dumb to be that fucking good at racism. You know what I mean? So it's like they're just like so dumb that they're not gonna.
Are you saying I'm racist at like a smart level?
I'm saying you and I we racist at like a fucking,
We're red about it.
we're red dots.
Yeah, we know the history of it at least, right?
Yeah, dude, my family started the history of racism.
We started the history.
Yeah, dude, being from a small town, dude, you're just fucking.
The first book, the Genesis book, is the Chavarrias? Or what?
It's Genesis, but it's just like Genesis with like a Y or something dumb like that. Something Chavarria.
That joke never ever worked. I tried it quite a few times. It never worked. Luckily, I didn't actually buy a Paula Deen cookbook. I just thought about it one day because I saw a Paula Deen billboard.
Really? Well, you can borrow one of mine if you want.
You just got them lying around.
Yeah, I have a library of Paula Deen and.
You're like a guy that gets caught buying porno mags and he's like, I get them for the articles. You buy the Paula Deen recipes for the stories.
For the N-words. Hey, I'm only reading it for the N-words. Don't worry about that.
That's why you stay. So what do you have for me?
Dude, I've been trying for so long to get this thing going, and I cannot figure it out. Just I don't know what it is, dude. So I'm talking about how like it sucks to find out you're unattractive.
Oh yeah, I relate.
Find out like just bad news about yourself. Be like, oh shit, like I do have that. Like someone just pointing something out.
Yeah.
And then I figured that's something maybe everybody can relate to, like finding out something about you as a flaw or something.
Right.
And I go like dude, imagine finding out you're unattractive during a crisis. Like imagine you're an ugly woman trying to get off of the Titanic, and someone's like, hey bro, you know the rules, women, and that joke never fucking works. I don't know why, but like I think it's because it sounds too like mean, like I'm making fun of like ugly bitches because there's always one ugly bitch in the fucking crowd, you know what I mean? And everyone like knows that she like everyone's looking at her being like, oh, this joke is about you, bitch. It's like when you make a black joke and everyone looks at the black guy for approval and laugh.
Oh, that's awesome. If you made an ugly girl joke and then just saw who everybody in the room looked at.
But like I can't call it out and just be like, oh look, the ugly bitch laughed. You know what I mean? Like that's cool.
Yeah. She gave her approval.
I can't do that, dude, because then I'm just a shit dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. What I love is like all the dudes that tried to sneak onto lifeboats were like thrown over.
Yes, dude. They were
fucking ruthless.
Dude, if I was one of the canoe drivers back then or whatever, I would have been like, you want to be a woman? You want to be a fucking woman? Come here. And I would just like split your dick off in the ice water and just like leave the dick there, but like bring you with us.
I'm pretty sure if I was on the Titanic, they would be like, excuse me, ma'am, you need to get in this lifeboat.
Ma'am, lesbians too. Lesbians count.
The Titanic is progressive as fuck.
Well, all the black guys drown and the Irish fucking
Jesus.
over each other.
Yeah, I guess it's not that progressive.
You're right. One thing at a time. Lesbians first, and then we'll get to race.
It's not suffrage, but we're cool with lesbians. Lesbians were the timeless, like, you get a kind of a pass.
Dude, that'd be a funny movie right there. Just like replace every racism film, like, remember the Titans, but just with lesbians. remember the
lesbians?
Remember the tight pussy on that lesbian? Ain't no pussy high, ain't no pussy low.
Damn, I want to be a part of that movie. I feel like it goes porno real quick. I'll be honest, just immediately, first take.
You know what? First take, dude? You're right. First take, but like we trick you first. We want to see who's a real fan. We do gay porn. Strictly hardcore gay porn.
So wait, you're going hardcore gay porn during the Remember the Lesbians movie?
Do you remember the tight pussy of the lesbians movie? Yes.
You didn't even wait till the sequel to do it. Damn.
Nah, dude. The sequel would be called I Still Remember the Titans. So I still remember what the Titans did last summer.
Oh, Jesus.
Titans Gone Wild. Why did you say that?
The last time that I saw you on stage, I was excited to kind of see what you were writing. And what I kind of remember was you doing a lot of crowd work. So I'm excited to ask you what you're writing about now because I don't remember what you were talking about on stage that was current. So I'm really excited to hear what you're writing about, man.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, dude. In fact, I'm going through my phone right now. Now what I'm doing is I'm working on like a lot of like small things like tags and like, like little just almost like not build a character. It sounds shitty to say, but like blonde hair, sick fuck, like that. Just, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, let's add a Rolodex of words to it. So at the end of jokes, I'll say like, get the fuck on, or just things that like someone from like my little fucking podunk town would say.
Right. Your flair.
Yeah, man. Which sounds like shitty to say, but like, because like I say yo and things like that. That's the thing though, is that like I feel like when you say that more, like the other day on stage, I found myself calling somebody a shit dick, and I was like, oh, that's something I say in like real life. I was like, it's fucking perfect. Like, because like whenever I do like my writing, I'm like with Ryder or Ramos or Joan or somebody, and we're just like drinking, and I'm just like babbling on until I think of something. Right. I feel like the funniest way to do it is like on stage where I'm like drinking with with the audience, we're just like hanging out and like.
I even like back and forth with crowd if you can talk with people in the crowd.
Right. Like, but like almost like hypnotize them to where you bob and weave your own, like you're like setting up, like you're giving yourself the alley-oop.
Yep. And you can easily slip back into your jokes. I've only done that once, to be honest, man, where it was like I was kind of controlling it like here and there.
Dude, try this, man. This is fun. You can control it, but like for the most part, just forget your jokes for a second and then riff with them and then see if like you can find a joke or one of your jokes in what they say.
Okay, I got you. So what are you writing about now?
I'm writing about someone before Colby Burke murdered a human being.
Jesus.
The day before, he was texting me about talk about drug use on stage,
Right.
which I don't feel comfortable about, but he got me writing about it
Right.
a little more and trying to not make light of it, but and not trying to be a sappy message about it.
Right.
But like, I spent the last few months just stuck in a fucking, quarantined up, just doing drugs. It's pretty much all you do.
Right.
But it was just like weird because I don't talk about that, so it's very awkward for me. It's
Yeah.
like saying you have a small penis,
Well, I say it proudly. Okay.
Nah, dude. Saying you have a drug habit is like, I'm weak. I can't.
Yeah. As somebody who was raised Mormon, I kind of have a skewed view of drugs, right? I have the very dare version of drugs in my mind.
Yeah.
Every time I see drugs, I'm afraid of them.
A lot of people already are real standoffish with me.
Right.
And you hear the fucking shit talking and stuff, but it's like, it's kind of like you do this to yourself. A lot of people already don't talk to me just because they're scared or they don't know what I'm going to do or something. It's like, well, I've never done anything. Like I've never been in jail. Right. It's like, and then the more you think about it, you're like, I'm a drug addict that's never been to jail. It's like, fuck you guys. I'm killing it.
Dude, you're pitching the perfect game.
I'm fucking, I'm who's that guy that fucking did acid and then pitched a no-hitter?
Here's what you are. You're Tom Brady right now.
I'm Tom fucking Brady, dude. I'm Tom fucking Brady.
You're Tom Brady. Now, are you New England Tom Brady or are you Bucks Tom Brady? Buccaneers.
Fuck the Bucks, dude.
At what point do you just all right, I'm off at the top with drugs, where you're just like, hey, time to hang it up. I had my Super Bowl of drugs and then I could walk away.
Dude, that's the thing, man, is that you learn how to build up a fucking
dynasty.
You start, especially the past year, everyone I know has been dying, sick, about to die, or just
Jesus,
just awful. And so I'm just watching all of them, and it's I don't everyone who deserves to be doing better than me is doing worse than me. And it's fuck that, and I feel shitty about it, and I feel guilty, and then I fucking dabble, but then you feel even worse, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna write. And I don't know, it's weird, man. I don't like going on stage high. I've done it before, and you can tell, and I do not like it. I do not like it at all.
The closest I've come to that is going on stage drunk, and I can't go on stage buzzed. I can't go on stage buzzed at all because I forget my jokes.
Have that one beer before you you go up to wet your whistle.
Right.
But I would not fucking try my hand at fucking drunk talking.
I did write one of my favorite jokes watching somebody hammered on stage at an open mic.
Who and what?
I'm not going to put him on blast. I'll tell you who I talked to. Duck Easy was sitting next to me, and I turned to him and I was like, damn, dude, he's slurring his speech. I was like, I couldn't go on stage hammered because if I slurred my speech, it would be racial slurs. I've used that joke pretty much ever since that night.
That's a good joke. It's a quick opener, and it doesn't follow a formula that I can guess. Because I like to guess everyone's punchlines before they go.
You'd be able to guess it if I drug it out, but it's just so quick that it's I just kind of beat you to it barely.
Exactly, that timing. I fucking love that, dude. We're just a quick snaps, tempo.
Right.
You were really good at picking up a good pace and staying there, almost like Seinfeld-y. You know what I mean? Fucking love Seinfeld.
I was kind of figuring out a little bit to do with pace, on accident. I kind of went up one night with a lot of energy and was like, holy shit, that set was way different.
The past 4 or 5 months, I have not really watched a show or anything. I've just been kind of just chilling, listening to music, just trying new shit out. And dog, your writing gets so much better whenever you start stand up older, because you're how old?
31.
Someone was saying how it's better to start stand up older than younger because you know who you are. But I was I think it's better to start younger because I'd rather be hacky in my early 20s than my late 30s, or you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
It's yeah, you know how to be a comic or a guy, but you don't know how to be a fucking comic, which is a completely different demon.
I'm kind of torn about it because I moved from Mesa to San Antonio and I lived in the Enclave apartments right by the Wild Zebra, it was called at the time, the strip club.
The gay district.
Oh, it is? Holy shit, I didn't know that. Good thing I couldn't grow a mustache then. Holy shit,
dude, that was a fucking gay sex place, dude.
Man, with my current facial hair, I would have been
and your frame would have been snatched in a heartbeat.
I always kick myself because I lived right there. I saw the comedy club all the time. I always drove past it and I never went in. But I'm torn because the me that would have gone in would have been a 21-year-old Mormon kid who didn't cuss, who didn't drink. I was a completely different version of myself. I actually have a bunch of jokes that I wrote. You want to hear one that I use when I tell people how bad these jokes are?
Dude, fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, what a merman drive?
What?
A Mercedes. Yeah.
These are good for Laffy Taffy rappers.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. I would have gone up with that. And I know that I would have then stopped doing comedy. So I'm glad I didn't.
No, the comics would have embraced you, but the way they embraced...
They would not have embraced me because I was a Mormon like crazy, man.
Bro, look at how we treat the autistic.
The second anybody would have mentioned drugs, I would have been like, hey, get the fuck out of, like, I would have been like, I can't be around you.
No, dude, we would have found a hooker to blow you. We would have been like, who's blowing the Mormon tonight? We would have had the Mormon blown.
You underestimate how great of a virgin I am.
You underestimate how great of a blowjob she gets.
I can't thank you enough for talking with me.
This is fucking fun, dude. I appreciate it.